for our last adult kickboxing fight of the night, and it is for the heavyweight title fight. Our first fighter out of the red corner, please welcome, with a 5-1 record out of Concord, Thai Boxing, Greensboro. Make noise for Anthony Campbell.
Now it's time for the big boys to put it on the line for the belt.
And here comes the Mad King, Anthony Campbell, 5-1.
He is moving.
Oh yeah. Phenomenal fighter as well.
Lots of experience too. 6 fights under his belt. It looks like with the amount of experience, you get the option if both fighters agree to not wear the headgear.
Yeah.
They allow that. So
Yeah.
we might potentially see a knockout. It is heavyweights and no headgear.
And his opponent brings his undefeated record to the cage with a 3-0 out of TMA. Please welcome James Park.
Yeah, he won his last fight by knockout from a knee to the body. So I know he's a hunter of the finish. And with the headgear on, it only opens up the opportunities for these guys. James Parks fought on our last Fight For It card and earned this shot at heavyweight. I was really hoping we could see Joel Suggs step into this role here and take on Anthony. I think him versus Anthony is the fight to make.
I agree. And, you know, I might be biased just because I'm familiar with both those fighters. I'm not familiar with Parks, but this might change my mind. I might become extremely familiar with his fighting style after tonight.
First of many adult title fights. We already had a youth title fight. We got 3 more in MMA coming up after this. This is the main event of our kickboxing card, the Mad King, Anthony Campbell. Don't let that frame fool you. He is as quick as they come and obviously very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the way he scampered into the cage.
He's graceful.
Parks looking very relaxed on the feet here, very light in and out. Campbell trying to corner him here,
Yeah,
which is the right thing to do for a heavyweight.
especially when you're the more experienced guy, right? Like, he's definitely the more experienced fighter of these 2 men. Nice push kicks. The push kicks are giving Campbell problems. Inside low for Campbell.
And I mean, the quads on Parks too. He's gonna have strong legs when he throws them.
That's where most of his weight as a heavyweight is coming from, it looks like.
And Parks is standing in a southpaw stance here. I don't know if he's naturally a southpaw, or this might be strategy to try and counteract some of Campbell's heavy hands.
I believe Campbell's last loss, which is the 1 loss on his record, came from a southpaw opponent.
Parks might have done his research in regards to that. And now we go kick for kick, and one of them seemed to be a little
I mean,
low.
the ref stops the
Yeah.
fight, so Anthony should pour it on out here, even if that was low.
It didn't look low to me, but again, you know, it's not my place to really say.
Well, if you're wincing and complaining about a low blow, but then you're able to go right back to a fight when a ref tells you it wasn't low, it might not have been low.
Man, you hear the power. They were right in front of us there.
Oh, yeah,
They're not even throwing
Every
hard,
time,
and you
every
can hear
time they
it.
touch each other. This is a 5-round heavyweight fight, too.
Usually you don't see heavyweights go the full distance, so I'll be interested to see if that takes place here. And the only time you'd really see that take place is when both fighters just fatigue so much that they can't really throw anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, them being a little bit more experienced, I don't foresee that happening. And it is really starting to become a packed house in here tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's Ricky Rainey in the corner of Parks.
I haven't seen him in a while.
It's definitely a valuable member of your team there. I didn't realize that TMA corner was led by the sniper.
Oh, Parks gets Campbell as he's turning around, which is why it's so dangerous to look away even for a brief second, especially at heavyweight.
Yeah, Parks is doing a very good job here, the challenger for this title and proving himself as a less experienced fighter as well. I remember at the last fight for it in Winston-Salem, Campbell was supposed to fight somebody else, but he was pulled due to a medical concern with his eye that he had to have fixed surgically.
I do remember this.
And then they said he would be good to fight in a week after the surgery, which is crazy to me.
Interesting.
But then my student Tyler had the exact same surgery 3 days after his last fight and was pretty much sparring within days. So it's crazy what they can do with an eyeball now.
I'll take your word on that. I don't want to experience that for myself.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
And I can hear the coaches of both Parks and Campbell trying to get them to win the foot battle because it's southpaw versus orthodox. Very important. Who's going to get outside the lead foot here?
Parks is finding some success in the pocket, but he's starting to linger a little bit in the pocket because of it. And Campbell's catching him now.
Don't you sit there and do that shit!
Campbell hit him with 2 shots that he wasn't even really swinging hard, and it kind of bounced Parks around.
Campbell's trying to corner him against the cage and clips him a little bit.
Clips him on the exit too, like catches him walking into it.
Yeah, it's kind of a force meets force type of thing to make it a lot worse.
12 seconds in the second round. Doesn't seem like a heavyweight pace here.
Yeah, and I think we might start seeing a little bit of fatigue out of Campbell, but his hands are still heavy. Goodness.
Here's a replay of that second round. I think this is going to be the 2 shots that I thought Campbell landed really big here.
Yeah, when he went on the exit.
Boom. There's one that he landed right there. Parks gives him a few back. Parks had a nice straight there.
Yeah, you see Campbell just egging him on after that one. Still potentially 3 more rounds to go.
Yeah. And that last round did not have a heavyweight title fight pace to it. Like, they were fighting pretty hard.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to end the fight.
All right, round 3 of our heavyweight main event here on the kickboxing portion of our card. And Parks and Campbell continue to exchange leather.
Campbell looking for a combo there. You're right, his hands are fairly fast.
He's like deceivingly fast.
Ooh, Parks pops him a little bit with that jab.
Yeah, Parks did stop him there.
Which was good because Campbell was swinging some wild haymaker shots.
And Campbell is constantly the person going forward.
And we see how the judges score that.
They favor that a lot tonight.
Don't take him, fight him with him. Hit him with the motherfucking head. There we go. Hit him. Yeah, hit that leg.
Campbell unable to put all his weight on that leg now. And Parks' corner recognizing it, telling him to keep going for the leg. Look, he's having difficulty. I told you.
He checked that one though.
Parks got them quads, boy.
Oh yeah, Campbell's really suffering there.
Yep. He needs to keep ripping that leg kick. Campbell does not like it. They're telling him to set it up with the hand so he can't check it. But honestly starting to walk like I do with my knees. And that's where you see the southpaw versus the orthodox come into play because he was going right into right into that kick. Switch. There we go. Spinning back kick lands.
Well, Campbell's so preoccupied with what's going on with his leg that he's leaving other parts of his body open.
It's a short time. Parks really he doesn't want Campbell to recover.
That was a big shot from the knee from Campbell right there. These guys are still fighting. I can't believe that this round's almost over.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Campbell is going to get up off the stool. He is hobbling, doesn't want to put weight on his leg. Parks could have finished that for sure, and I'm wondering if Campbell's going to even want this to continue.
Well, Dr. Clinton is going to be the ultimate decider of who stays and who goes.
See the replay, you can see a bunch of the kicks here. I had a really bad problem. I told my corner that I would die in the cage before they stopped the fight, which they unfortunately hated about me. I know I had to live with myself, and I could never live with myself to stop.
Well, if you don't have any ligaments in your knee, it's not really on you anymore, is it? It's not really about you as a.
Right.
It's not really about
This all paid
Warrior.
off so well for me, didn't it? Right, everybody at home needs to learn from those mistakes.
Okay.
Now, if he continues, Parks needs to just.
They're bringing in Dr. Clinton and
destroy that leg.
he just stomped on that knee and to show I'm hanging out. Clinton, that's all he needed to see.
Yep.
He was like, "Oh, okay, you're good. It's
Yep.
not broken. Good.
Yep.
You're good to go." Round 4 of 5 of a possible 5, and we all know there's no mystery about what Mr. Parks wants to do here.
Yep, and I'm sure his corner told him that on the stool, set it up with hands and then just rip the leg kicks. Campbell's going for the heavy hands because he knows his leg can only take so much more.
Campbell caught him with a big shot right there.
Crowd loving it.
See, interesting, Wayne couldn't have possibly had an angle on that where he could tell if it was low or not.
To me, it didn't look low either because we were right in front of it. But again,
I was not watching, but I was kind of looking at the middle of the exchange, so I didn't see exactly where it landed. But it's very interesting to me, refs deciding what's low and what's not low, especially tonight. It seems like Wayne's missed a few, called a few that weren't low.
I don't want to judge too harshly without the anatomy. Though according to the internet, some people would disagree. And the fight resumes. Parks has not thrown that leg kick not one time.
Yeah, well, now he's really worried about getting hit in the head. That's what happens when you set up when you throw a low kick with no setup, you're supposed to get punched in the face, right?
Yeah, and that's why his corner is yelling at him to set it up before he throws it.
Campbell's trying to get that mouth guard back in.
Parks allowed him to. Good sportsmanship there. Oh man, Campbell.
Dude, what a warrior performance from Campbell, dude. He was almost out in that last round.
You heard me say I thought that it was likely he might not get up off the stool.
And you know what? Leg shots aren't like getting rocked. It's not something you can just clear the cobwebs on.
Yep.
Don't touch go! Move!
Parks' corner really yelling at him.
Now the leg's starting to become a factor again for Campbell.
Yeah, he probably landed one shot, and sometimes it's all it takes when it's already beat up. Not turning that knee over on the kick, though, so it's kind of like playing patty cake to the thigh there. He's got to rotate his shoulders and really rip that over. He's got to go for it, right now.
Oh, his MCL's gone. His MCL. Look at his leg. Look at his knee.
Oh, that's LCL on the outside.
Oh yeah. You're right. Where it locks out like that.
Because that's what happened to my left knee, the exact same knee.
Oh, I can't believe he is walking on that, let alone fighting.
Oh, same, buddy, same.
Oof. I can't watch that anymore. It reminds me of my accident so much.
I think, Park's trying to show respect instead of
he's too nice of a guy.
Honestly,
he's too nice of a guy.
You're right, because at the end of the day, it's a fight. And trust me, out of anybody, will sympathize with knee injuries more than most. I know you've had your fair share of knee injuries. I actually have a completely severed LCL right now that looks exactly like that. And even I'm like, I would still go for the finish.
Yeah,
it's a fight.
My surgery was LCL, MCL, ACL, and PCI. So it's pretty much everything that's down there.
That's what I did on my right knee.
Yeah.
And a very catastrophic injury training accidentally with James Quigg and Trevor. My surgeon did a great job on it though. Or sorry, that was my left knee. I've had so many surgeries I get them confused. I think Dr. Clinton might really take a look at this one now.
Two minutes to midnight for Anthony Campbell, and honestly, that last round,
I gave to Campbell, right?
I gave it to him, yeah. Even though he was basically on one leg.
Even walking like Sam. But yeah, Parks, Campbell would deserve this win. Just Parks is being way too nice, not taking that, you know.
I can't believe he just threw a kick coming off that leg.
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug. I'd be very surprised if he stands up after the
Parks
fight.
is swarming him.
Parks, yep.
And that's going to be it. James Parks finishes Anthony Campbell for the Fight For It heavyweight belt.
Maybe his corner told him to stop being so nice, and yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, this fight's going to end, the adrenaline's going to stop, and I was like, Campbell's not going to be able to walk.
Yeah, Campbell, I think he lost in that second round. I think he lost his LCL or MCL on the outside of that knee, and
yeah, the
I just saw it
ligament.
I just saw it locking out so much, and him not being able to put any weight on it. You see this finishing sequence, and really, it wasn't a really big shot that started it. It just was too much.
Right hands. Yep.
It was just too much to handle.
Two right hands kind of started that off, and then Wayne Spinola doing the right thing and stopping it.
Fifth round finish for James Parks.
Yeah, that might be the lateral cruciate ligament. I have a great video of mine tearing with sound effects.
With sound effects.
Don't watch it if you're squeamish.
I had a mic right here.
Well, that's the thing. It was so quiet that you could hear it tear. Unfortunately, and but you know, I'm 122 pounds. So I was kind of easy to carry out. They might have a little more difficulty with Campbell here.
Yeah, I'm looking at those EMTs, and they're not looking happy about the prospect, I don't think.
Well, yeah, when you hear somebody got hurt, you hope it's not the heavyweight fight. He did a good job getting up on the one leg there, though. Very athletic. And the crowd giving it up for him.
Heavyweight, putting it all on the line tonight.
What heart shown by Campbell. I thought he was done in the second, and he came back.
He won most of those rounds, too.
He did, while injured. And you know, a lot to be said, too, about
this is going to be
Parks.
Tough.
He didn't
This is going to be very hard.
Yeah, Parks didn't want to take advantage of that injury
either. All right, your winner by fifth round, referee stoppage. Fighting out of the blue corner, and you, heavyweight champion, James Park.
And James Park is your new Fight For It heavyweight champion. He advances his record to an undefeated 4-0.
2, the 1. The only. We're going to take a brief intermission after this and get to MMA. But first, here's
Joel Suggs, if you're out there.
Wow, how about that?
You've got a fight on your hands.
Kickboxing here at Fight For It 17. My name is Rozak from 106.5 DN. Thank you guys for coming out on a Saturday night to fill up Green Coal Center and get ready as we have some awesome MMA action coming up. Bud Light, Planet Kia, 106.5 DN. Oh, our Bud Light girls are ready for the next round. Photo with the champ right here. Make some noise, come on!
And a well-earned win for James Parks.
Oh, definitely. He definitely earned that one. He took some big shots, and he stayed true to the game plan, damaged the leg heavily, and then, despite being such a nice, sweet guy, still got the finish in the fifth round, probably after a stern talking to and a good finger wagging from Ricky Rainey.
I'm sure his corner was on it for that one. Like, hey there, bud, you guys signed waivers.
The sniper striking system on display again.
That's a great photo right there.